Ladies and gentlefish, Borderlands 4 is right around the corner, and now that we have confirmed 2 DLC Vault Hunters, let's just go ahead and guesstimate, because we have zero information, but it could still be a fun topic. So let's get into it. But before we do, my name is Furnace, your second favorite F word. I'm going to be posting a lot of Borderlands 4 content coming up, a little bit different for my channel, so if you like it, actually like the video. It does tell me that you like it, and gives me some feedback, right? And definitely subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. Starting off strong, my number one pick has got to be Tiny Tina. And I know the voice actor has already said she has not been contacted, so I'm pretty much shit out of luck on this one. But imagine if it was just a marketing ploy and then they drop the bomb and it's a big surprise. Could be cool, Gearbox. I'm onto you. I'm onto all of you. This would obviously be a big focus on explosions, grenades, heavies, the ordnance class, as it's called in Borderlands 4. I'm not sure if there's enough depth for this to be a full character. 3 full skill trees for this might be a little tough. We'll see, but I think it could be tons of fun regardless. Also, with the voice actor stuff, these DLCs are not gonna drop day one. It's gonna be months, maybe even years after initial launch. There's plenty of time for that voice actor to get involved. We don't know yet. Even if they haven't been contacted yet, it doesn't actually mean it's off the table. Another similar one, we have Mr. Torgue, my guy. Same thing, explosion focus, baby. And again, same thing. Not sure if this is enough depth for a full character, but it would be a lot of fun, and you know those voice lines would be fantastic. Chef's kiss. And again, there's a little bit of flanderizing of the character in Borderlands 3 compared to 2. A lot more cursing, a lot less witty comments, but they can write that shit, baby. We already know they're doing that for the overall narrative, the overall writing style of Borderlands 4 compared to 3. So my fingers are crossed here. Another call out here, of course. We already have Amon. Big, jacked Viking type guy. Do we need a second one with Mr. Torgue? I know they're not the same play style, but it could still be cool, but also too much overlap. I'm not really sure how much the, physical stature of the character matters to Gearbox, but they've typically been pretty varied. Moving on to an even dumber category, let's just throw another Siren in the mix. Let's throw Patricia Tannis in there, baby. Let's do it. 2 playable Siren characters in the same roster? That would be sick. And we have Vex being more of a summons, more of a necromancer. It's a very different build than typical Sirens with elemental focus. We know Amon's gonna have a ton of elements, but really, let's be honest, all the Vault Hunters do well with elements in most of these games, at least since Borderlands 3 and even a little bit of the pre-sequel action, definitely Wonderlands, so it could work. It could work. There's room for that different playstyle, and we know Tannis has phase shift. That's kind of a, taking over machines and technology nearby. Maybe you're out here doing turrets. Maybe you're out here taking walls and crushing them on your opponents. Then again, if you're out in the middle of the desert, there's a few areas of the map that are not exactly super populated with machinery, so that would fall apart pretty quick, but, food for thought. It could work. Also, her witty voice lines would be peak writing for the series. Potentially, of course, potentially. I feel like anytime we talk about writing with these games at this point, we have to give an asterisk. We don't know how it's going to turn out. We know it has been cringy in the past, but we also know that they're changing the tone. Tannis is funny. Objectively, she is. Playing as her would be entertaining. It just would. Let's keep going with really bad predictions here. I'm going with Ava. Ooh, yeah. No one likes hearing that, do they? Same as above, a second Siren. There's room. I promise you there's room for a second playstyle. Realistically, though, Ava's gonna be an NPC in the story. There's just no way they fully ignore her. Even if it's what a lot of the community wants, for Gearbox to just kind of write her out of the story or pretend she never existed, that's a little harder to do when it's one of the main Sirens. You can't just kind of forget they exist. She was an annoying teen. I get it. Her lines suck, her character sucked. But it's been some time since Borderlands 3. What is it, 7 or 8 years? It could be a pretty decent NPC or even a playable Vault Hunter. Regardless, it'll be very interesting to see how they handle Ava as a character. I'm hoping they learned and listened to the community like they've proven with so many other aspects of Borderlands 4 that we've seen so far. My fingers are crossed. Here's one for you. Marcus. Yes. My man Marcus, the original storyteller that started it all. There's even some canon that potentially a lot of what we're playing is through the lens of Marcus and might not even be accurate in some of these games. Either way, that could be more of a grounded soldier approach like we used to have in Borderlands 1 and 2. Obviously, Rafa's a soldier, but is he? He has a turret, but he also has the blades and the shoulder cannons and the giant Apophis Lance thunder gun looking thing. Oh, well, it doesn't look like a thunder gun, but it acts like one. You get the point. So more of a grounded soldier approach could work. There is room in the roster for that playstyle. Then again, is that too boring at this point in the series? I don't know. Y'all know Marcus has some pretty good voice lines, so I'm sure those would be catchy as well. Now let's move on to one that makes a little bit more sense, at least given trends. We have lots of ex-insert company employees. Harlow, for example, is supposedly a Trant, and yet again, we supposedly know that Harlow is ex-Maliwan. We've had X Vladov with Mose. We've had X, I guess, Alice for a lot of them, really. I think Roland Zero technically after Borderlands 3. There's a lot of company affiliations, but we haven't seen Jakobs yet. That's tough at the same time. The Jakobs Corporation is a family business. There's not a lot of them around. In fact, Wainwright Jakobs might just be the only one alive. I'm not the perfect person for lore, I'm sorry, but I think he is, and he's pretty old. And he almost died in the Guns, Love, and Tentacles DLC. So would it make sense to have him as a playable character? I'm not sure. It could be a cool gunslinger. A lot of focus on criticals. You know how Jakobs' weapons do tons of ricocheting, but maybe they add some additional fun stuff that happens during crits. There is something here with this one. But again, he's an oldie. Is he even alive in Borderlands 4? Presumably yes, but also a lot of crazy stuff happens in the Borderlands universe, and a decent amount of time has passed. You never know. In the same light as Wainwright Jakobs, we've got Sir Hammerlock. We already got his sister, Ariella. Is it Ariella? Ariella. Hammerlock. Aurelia? It's not Ariella, it's Aurelia. Anyway, we've had the Hammerlock family once. Maybe they do it again. You can see where I'm going with this. I love doing doubles. We had the 2 explosive builds, the 2 siren builds, and now let's go 2 gunslingers. Hammerlock could be another gunslinger. And same things apply. He almost died. He's getting old. I'm not sure if we want to revisit that family again. Also with Hammerlock, we've just seen him as such a consistent NPC for so many games. Are they going to continue to bring him back in? I don't know if there's any fatigue with the writing on the Gearbox side of things with a character like Hammerlock. We've seen a lot of him. He's kind of getting old. Not age, but like repetitive. Like we know what he says, all these things. He likes the hunt. I don't know if that would be something that they're interested in continuing in another game, but the possibility exists. All right, I know realistically all of these have been some pretty dog shit. Let me know in the comments what you think will happen. Obviously, if we're being realistic, probably not even going to see a recurring NPC as a playable Vault Hunter. That's not really a thing they've done historically. It's always a new character, or almost always. If it's a recurring character, it's someone that's referenced by name, maybe in an audio log, but not really someone we've interacted with, played with, done missions for, things like that. So just like the 4 Vault Hunters starting off the game for Borderlands 4, the additional 2 DLCs will probably also be completely new, people we've never seen before, or machines. This is the first Borderlands with no machine/alien/non-human Vault Hunter to start. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Let me double check that. I'm not even sure if that's true. All Borderlands Vault Hunters, Mordecai, Roland, Lilith, Rick, they're all humans. I'm a liar. They don't call me a truther, unless you consider the Sirens non-human, but that's kind of weak. But obviously we have Zero in Borderlands 2, who is an unknown alien of some sort. His origin is still unknown, and how did they not explore that more? How is that not a DLC? Can that be one of the DLCs? 2 DLC stories are coming with these 2 DLC Vault Hunters. Can the exploration of Zero as a character be that? Please, God, we need more. Then obviously in the pre-sequel, we have Claptrap, and Wilhelm is pretty much a robot. I mean, he was a human at one point, but he's fully like cyberpunk robotic kind of guy. And then with 3, we have Flak, literally a robot. So yeah, I'm guessing one of the 2 will definitely be non-human, but time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Time will tell. As with everything with this game, before you get too excited, give them a chance. Let them cook. They've been cooking a lot. Everyone was so hasty to hate everything we saw. The initial reveal trailer of Borderlands 4, both the teaser and the Game Awards trailer. Since then, we get more information. We know more about the Vault Hunters. We know more about backstories, voice lines, action skills, more gameplay examples, the environment, the story, the writing, and it's all looking better and better the more we learn. So I'm excited, optimistic to say the least, and I hope you are too. It's gonna be a good time. All right, that's all I got. Thanks for listening to this Yap Sesh, and if you like the video, like I said at the beginning, like the video. It does help me out. Subscribe for more of your second favorite F word, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.